Shalom, shalom, brothers. His brother Kamal Mahar here, back at it again. First thing first, we give all praise to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, qadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders on his true from GMS. Blessings to the Akimadar preaching his word, Rahor, true sincerity. Blessings to the 144,000 and the 1/3 entire first fruits kingdom of heaven. House of David, the Biafta Wadah. And shalom to you brothers out there speaking different tongues and looking different nations, shooting a rock, pushing a rock as well. Shalom to you. I'm throw this on do not disturb real quick. I keep forgetting that. Okay, there we go. Okay, so shalom, brothers. Today I wanted to put in a video. Blessed is the man that's found doing. We are ordained and chosen by Yahawashi to do this work. Put these videos up, go on the highways and hedges, and and bear our people to the marriage, man. But we doing these things for the elect's sake. So we want to seal the elect, but we don't know who the elect is. So that's the reason why you want to go to the chief place of concourse, because that's where our people mainly are. So and to get as much masses as we can, as in a numbers game, to seal the elect. But also still, talk to our people in the whole as well. But when you in this ministry that we're in, it's best to, I would say, rock this thing until the wheels fall off. I think that's the best way of putting it that brothers can understand in layman's terms. And obviously, wheels fall off will be Amos 8 and 11. So I just bring that out just for GP to, that'd be the end all be all as far as doing the ministry of a prophecy we're waiting for, which where the Lord will take his men off the streets and off the internet, which will also mean that this grace period is over. So I'm going to go to Amos 8 and 11. I believe, like I will always say, this is Israelite 101. It says Amos 8 and 11. It says, "Behold, the days come, saith Yahawashi, that I will send a famine in the land. Not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing of the words of Yahawashi. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of Yahawashi, and shall not find it." Right. So this is the time frame where the Most High, Yahawashi, is going to shut it down. There'll be no more prophets on the corners. So for all the people who scoff at us, 2/3 of our people, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Indians, who scoff at us and, really, think that we're preaching hate speech. Lord willing, the Lord puts a spirit on the people who I'm speaking of to, in that day, start realizing that there was a prophet among them and they're going to want to hear that word. But this video is for those brothers who actually doing the work and will soon be put off the streets, man. Because and by doing so, that's where your work will stop at that point. And hey, you look back and be like, hey, did I do enough? Was I faithful? Could I have done any more? You want to really be done with this thing, feeling like you did enough or feeling satisfied with the work you have put in. Because when Yahawashi comes back, Revelations 22 and like around 12, it says, "And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give every man according as his work shall be." You see what I'm saying? So you got a wicked reward, you got a righteous reward, and that righteous reward is getting beamed up and getting that changed body, see the destruction of your enemies, and come on down to the kingdom and get busy and get to the real sweet stuff. You know what I'm saying? But that's what it is, though. You want to be in this, and you want to be in a position where you're when it all comes down and Yahawashi come right out them clouds to go destroy this place and deliver the elect. You want to be found blessed, being emerged and find favorable, or what you would say worthy, to get beamed up in them chariots, man, which what we call in salvation. That's the end all be all. That's exactly the number one situation. Just like what you would have in school, you got finals week. We're in finals week right now. So in finals week it can be very interesting, because what finals week does is, when it comes to college based, what it does, it tends to put in perspective what you have done and where you are when it comes to those final exams. And I can speak for myself. I know what it feels like to kind of BS throughout the school more or less doing bare minimum from time to time. And then when finals week come, it required information that I learned in the first part of the semester, the middle, towards the end. What I realized is I did a lot of cramming and a lot of bullshitting, and I could have did better. But when it all came down to the very end of it, and it was like a moment for the teacher to see, or the professor to see what you have been doing, let alone they knew because they grading your papers, but it's really going to show what you was doing the whole semester, if you was paying attention or not. AKA when it comes to this ministry, there's going to be a time frame where, because brothers should be reflecting right now if they're doing enough. Me, myself, that's, I'm, reflecting and correcting yourself in this ministry. You want to be, diligent and pray for diligence and faith and do what you got to do to make yourself prove worthy. Because remember, brothers, we in this by ourselves, man. Proverbs 27:17 talks about iron sharpen iron. Yeah, brothers can assist you. We can help all we want. We can correct you on the fly what we see. There's going to be a time frame where we can't, do that probably. Remember, it says we should be as pilgrims on the earth. Because like the brother Kazak was saying, there's a point in time where we got to plug from the system. And we got to, but that same plug from the system is going to come with the fact that once, that's Amos 8:11. And that's going to be the finals week situation, which we'll still be in. But that main finals week will be when Yahawashi crack that sky, man. And his reward, I read it again, Revelations 22:12. And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me to give to every man according as his work shall be. See? So you also got to look at it from this perspective. That's I keep forgetting that. I gotta I'm gonna get it this time. Matthew 6, it is Matthew 6. It's Matthew 6. I'll start at 9. Let's see. So let me go back to it. What it was saying, 6, 9 through 13. Okay. I'm going to pass it a little bit. Let's see. 6. So like your brothers. You know what? I'll just get it more precise. Haven't I prophesied? Yeah, there we go. It's 7:22. 7:22. I gotta remember that. Okay, this is Matthew 7:22. It says, let me see. Okay, so let's go. This is a lot of meat on this. Okay, 7 and I started 16. It says, "You shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes of thorns, or figs of thistles? Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit." Right. Like it says in Revelations 22:12, it was saying that when Yahawashi come back, he shall give a reward to every man according as his work shall be. So, if you're doing iniquity or sin, then the Yahawashi is going to give you that left hand side reward, which is the destruction and missile food or chariots or whatever's going to be. And then on a spiritual, on the good side, it says that every good fruit shall bring forth good fruit, and that's salvation. It says a good tree, 18, cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can the corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Right. Every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire. Absolutely. So my point is, and I'm going to keep on going actually, but my point is, when the Yahawashi come back, man, you want to be favorable, man. You want to be found like, okay, you getting beamed up. And like, okay, that also means, because remember, nobody is saved, Jeremiah 8:20. Nobody's really saved until that time frame comes. You're not saved until you're saved. You know what I mean? So you want to be found, mercy. You want to be found favorable unto Yahawashi and Yahawashi when Yahawashi get back, that you can receive salvation. Because if not, you missile food. So we got to be really circumspect, really diligent. And the good video that shoot, man, it didn't hit home because I reevaluated myself and found out that I delight in the ministry. So it wasn't if the shoot fits, but brothers are doing the work, and I agree. Whoever they are, you don't want to be doing this work in strife. That's a really good word, strife. You don't want to be like, oh, I got to do this, or fuck, I got to go drop a video. Damn. And you just going through the motions. That was a crazy video for brothers to, maybe brothers need to hear. Because, if you're doing this out of strife, man, it's not going to be pretty on the income. So, on the outcome. So, if I can continue reading, it says 20, it says, wherefore by their fruits you shall know them, right? So depending on if you breaking down the scriptures wrong, or you telling people that not Jacob's trouble, but you prophesying in the name of the Lord, but then again you're not using the name of the Lord, but in your inward parts you think you doing something right. Because before I move to that real quick, Proverbs 14 and 12 is a really good point. 14 and 12, it says, there is a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are ways of death. You see that? So when you go into that right there, that's a really good point, because you might think you're doing something right. And this is where it can get real right here. It says 21. It says Matthew 7 and 21. This is where Proverbs 14 and 12 can kind of correlate a little bit. And this is where it's going to get real. This is where it gets scary, because brothers can think they're doing right. And remember, the deceive and the deceiver is of the Yahawashi, man. So, the Lord got you in a trick bag, you in a trick bag, and you better pray and hope that you on the right path for this thing, man, because this is what can happen right here. This is for myself and for any brother, but that we got to really be circumspect on how we flowing in this thing. It says Matthew 7 and 21, not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth will of my Father which is in heaven, right? So that's being diligent, and also delighting in the truth. You want to actually do this thing with delight. You willingly want to do this situation. Yo, man, listen, when I thought about that, I was like, damn, because think about it like this. You don't want to be with no woman that don't want to willingly be with you. Or you don't even want to have sex with a woman that doesn't willingly want to have sex back mutually, which it will become corny. Or a good example would be sports. You ever notice how a pickup game of a 5-on-5 of a basketball team, you ever notice how it's 5 players on the team, but 3 of the guys really playing and 2 not, and then laxy daisy? What would happen? It would dumb the game down and make the game considerably corny, and you might give up because there's no point of playing, because nobody's really playing. If you're not really out there to really give it a good shot, it's not going to be fun at all. So think about this in the scriptures. If you're not putting out your best in this situation, and the Lord, like brother saying, the Lord know your best. If you're not putting your best out there, then the Lord knows that. So then when it comes down to the situation where it comes to beam up portion of the situation and getting saved through salvation, that chariot can come over you and then pass on by. You're like, oh shit. Oh, and then you left in this joint, and this is what you're going to say. Matthew 7 and 21, and 21 and 22, not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven. And many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name, and in thy name have cast out devils, and in thy name done many wonderful works? And then will I profess unto them, and I never knew you. Depart from me, you that work iniquity. Whoa. When you really ponder on that, that is some show, man. And listen, brothers, I'm gonna just be honest. In the world, and I'm grateful. I'm just speaking as a man. I know what it feel like, because I'm grateful I didn't make it to NFL. That was my dream, and I almost did it. But the Lord had a different flow with me, because if I would have made it to the NFL, I would have purely been a 2/3 for sure. That's what it would have meant. If I was a 2/3, Lord forbid I'm not. But if I was truly a 2/3, in general, I'm in this truth now, and I'm still not in this truth. And I know I would have made it to NFL because that would have been my lot. I would have had my constellation at that time frame, knowing what I know now. If I was a 2/3, which I still, like I said, I don't know. But as far as the behaviors that I was doing in the world before, if I was able to can still do that now, and obviously was a 2/3, I would have made it to the NFL because my lot would have been on this side, and I probably would have had to die in the kingdom because I would have had money, bitches, cars, clothes, and once that would have been in my mind, which I desired the most at one point, my mind would have been too far from the scriptures, and then it would have been too far. It just wouldn't work. But the Lord didn't let me. The Lord gave me tremendous talent, and then I wasn't able to go at all with all this talent. I mean, I faced up against NFL players and everything and was successful, but the Lord got me here. So, hey, I'm grateful for that. But at the end of the day, though, my point is I know what it feels like to prepare yourself and do all kinds of work and destroy your body and nutrition and flexibility and whatever required of me that I put my heart and soul into and didn't make it. I know what that feels like. And this is way, way worse. Like, yo, when you, man, listen, at the end of the day, there are going to be brothers, and this is inevitable. This is going to happen because the Lord said it is. He's saying it right here that there will be men saying, Lord, Lord, and they really believe they deserve to be on a chariot. And after all that shit you've done in the work, the Lord gonna say, depart from me, I never knew you, you workers of iniquity. Wow. And that chariot is gonna just come here and keep it moving. And then the opportunity of getting beamed up. Because remember, the missile's gonna come simultaneously, man. Remember, the elect shall scarcely be saved by the thin of the hair. You know what I'm saying? So blessed is the man found doing and being found worthy, man, because that's what it's about, man. You wanna be humble in this thing. You want to be brotherly to your brethren. Hey, brothers, listen, if you got brothers that you beefing with, or don't be trying to do the work. Remember, read Matthew 5, and I don't want to really just go off topic, but for the sake of being found worthy, this is a good one for a lot of brothers. When Yahawashi come back, being blessed is the man found doing. Well, this is one of them. And remember, brothers, this is part of the ministry too of being diligent, and charity amongst brothers and brotherly love is one of the top 2 commandments. If I'm not mistaken. But what I'm saying though is, I've seen brothers do the work and they are sincere. They are sincere, but I've seen brothers do the work but got malice about another brother. And then, I'm not saying he's sending out curses, but their minds are in a negative about their brother in crazy, massive ways, like you back in the world or so. And this is very important, man. These scriptures are deadly serious because you want to be really mindful, piece by piece, and very detailed on how you move accordingly with all different aspects of the scriptures, me, myself. So I'm going to go to, and this is all part of my video to make a point, because this is also part of, getting saved and being found worthy when Yahawashi come back. It's Matthew 5, and I'm going to start at 22. But I say unto you, this is Yahawashi speaking, and this is the same man that's coming back and going to deliver his elect. And his elect is not going to fuck this up. You got to remember, the elect are elect. They're going to do to the best of their ability of these scriptures. They're going to keep it in their mind. They're going to keep focused. And the elect are just going to be the elect. The elect is going to do the things the scriptures talk about of doing. So you got to focus in, because we in the flesh. So you got to really focus to be found worthy. Matthew 5 and 22. But I say unto you that whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of the judgment. And whosoever shall say to his brother, rawchaa, shall be in danger of the council, but whosoever shall say thou fool shall be in danger of hellfire. Right? And here's a good point. It's some very humbling shit, because we're supposed to have the mind of Yahawashi. So if we're gonna be in this ministry, in this deadly serious business, you gotta listen to what Yahawashi is saying and read these scriptures, because this is the words of Yahawashi himself, and this is the path or the instructions on how to put yourself in that salvation position. It says, therefore, if thou bring thy gift to the altar, and there rememberest that thy brother have aught against thee, leave there thy gift before the altar, and go thy way. First, be reconciled to thy brother, and then come and offer thy gift. Now, symbolically, what is that altar and that gift? Well, that's doing the work, because charity is doing the work and teaching your brethren the scriptures to bear yourself fruit. That's our job. So if you're going to prophesy or give alms, or if you're going to, get into the high holy days or do the things that of Yahawashi to your best of your ability, well, the Lord is saying, okay, drop that video for a second. Don't go on the highways and hedges yet. Before you do that, which I know you're going to, but before you do that, I want you to stop that for a second, go to your brother, reconcile with him, get that bridge back going properly. Yo, brother, I forgive you. Everything is all good. If you don't fuck with me no more, that's cool. But at least I forgive you, and I'm coming to a humble that, we brothers, man. And I got to be real circumspect about dealing with brothers, because if they are part of the elect, you don't want to fuck over the elect. You don't want to do that. You don't want to have no beef with nobody that's considered the elect. We don't know who the elect is. We hope for elect. But at the end of the day, though, that's why you want to be really circumspect when moving with brothers, because if they part of the elect and you treat them like that, you are on the bad path. Remember what it says here. It says 22. It says, but I say unto you that whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of the judgment. What is the judgment? That ICBM missiles, missile food, man. World War III, Yahawashi come back with them chariots, famine, all that shit. Whatever one the Lord got for you, you want to avoid that by being loving with your brother, and by being brotherly with your brothers, breaking bread out there in the highways and hedges. Pay your brother back, give alms, and just do what you gotta do in the ministry. You on your path. That's gonna further put you in a situation with your brothers, man. I mean, and also put you in that favor when the Lord come back. Listen, at the end of the day, though, listen, bro, you gotta understand. This is one of the biggest ones, because remember it says that, matter of fact, this is Matthew 5 right here, right? Oh, snaps. Matter of fact, right, 2019. It says, whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so, he shall be called least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them, and same shall be called great in the kingdom. That's a beautiful thing. But at the end of the day, though, you don't want to mess around and do all of that, and then you got beef with your brother. Then the kingdom is not even no more. You gotta break that ice. We good, and then the kingdom is back in play again. Put that shit down before you play those games. Study for your exam. You see, because that way, when the exam come, then you can play it. Then when exam done and you pass, then you can play around. But that exam is your brother, and you got to make sure you right with your brother and go about it the correct way. And then you go back into playing the games. So it's all part of the thing, man, of being worthy. Blessed is the man found doing, and blessed is the man that, So let me get to Matthew 25:1. This is beautiful. It says, then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom, which is Yahawashi. And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish, right? It says, they that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them. So that's basically like, doing this script, going through the scriptures, not willingly, or you breaking things wrong, or you just going about the ministry the fucking wrong way, and you going to fuck off. And you're also not really serious, or you could be lukewarm, etc., etc., etc. It says, but the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. Yeah, them brothers is brotherly. They on the highways and hedges. They very diligent. They just keep it pushing. They pray, they fast, whatever they do. Whatever you got to do in this truth, in this thing, it's all part of the ministry. High holy days, the Sabbaths. You're very mindful of what the ministry got forth, what was going on. It says, while the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. And at midnight there was a cry made, behold, the bridegroom cometh, go ye out to meet him. So that's twofold. That was at the time frame of then, and it's also a time frame coming up, because at midnight will be like, considered the last of last days. there was a cry made, because remember when Yahawashi come back on the scene, all eyes are going to see him, even the one that pierced him, and all kindreds wail before them. Now it's going to be brothers like me, Lord willing, I'm part of that number. I'm gonna be fucking happy as shit. I'm part of that number. I'm looking for it. I'm looking for Yahawashi to come back. Lord willing, I can endure this thing. That's what it's talking about twofold. It said the bridegroom cometh, that Yahawashi cometh, go ye out to meet him. Right. And it says, then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said unto the wise, give us your oil, for our lamps are going out. Right. So that's going into the brothers who stayed diligent and kept on with the ministry and never gave up. They never took their hand off the plow. They kept it pushing until they could not do anymore. It was faithful unto the Lord, Yahawashi, professing the name, doing everything they could do. But the foolish ones, they fell out the truth. They don't do videos no more. They don't go into hobbies and hedges. They got a 501c charter, or they denounce the name of Yahawashi, doing something different. They crying out Jesus Christ. All that. The Jacob trouble is not going to happen. So many different things you can do to basically, be all fucked up. But at the end of the day, though, hey, when it all said and done and it was over with, don't be trying to be like, oh, let me come back now. No, bro. No, we put all this work in and you gave the fuck up. You didn't do right. So that's what it's going to say also as well. It says, and the foolish said unto the wise, give us your oil, for our lamps are going out. But the wise answered, saying, not so. Like, no. It says, lest there be not enough for us. Right. And I'm saying, look, we're going to do our thing. And I ain't giving you something that you're not really diligent about, and you're not really fucking with us. Like, we was the ones that, like, where was you at? Where was you at when I was shooting in the gym? Oh, now you want some shots now because the game is coming. But now when the game is on the line, you want to play? Nah, not at all. And it says, not so, lest there be not enough for us and you. But go you rather to them that sell and buy for yourselves. Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Or go kick rocks over there somewhere, man. Do your thing out there. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went in with him to the marriage, and the door was shut. Right. That's twofold again. Because when Yahawashi come back, remember, Revelation 22:12 said that the Lord cometh quickly, and he's given every reward, and his reward is with him to give to every man according to as his work shall be. So, right. So all them brothers who fell out the truth, or they not doing this thing sincerely, they got left. And they missile food. You know what I'm saying? That's why I went into, some would say, Lord, Lord, didn't I prophesy in thy name, and didn't I do my thing? And he said, yo, depart from me because you workers of iniquity. Well, that's the same thing, and the door was shut. So it's the same thing where when Yahawashi come back to deliver the elect, it's the same thing. It says when the bridegroom came, when Yahawashi came, when he comes again, and they were ready, right? Because they were blessed to be the men who found doing, the ones who are in truth and they sincere in this thing. They were ready, and they were on a watchtower the entire time, and went in with them to the marriage, aka got beamed up through salvation, and the doors were shut. Afterward came also the other virgins, saying, Lord, Lord, open to us. And he answered and said, Verily I say unto you, I know you not. Whoo. Hey, shit, brothers, that's a cold world. Especially when and like I said, I know exactly what it feels like to be prepared and work your ass off. And basically, when it came down to it, it was in vain for me. That shit was in vain. I didn't make whatever I was trying to go for, and I was completely disappointed and heartbroken. But in this day, you're going to be beyond heartbroken. You're going to be just wanting to kill yourself at that point. Which you're going to die anyway. It just is what it is. 13. Watch therefore, for you know neither the day nor the hour wherein the Son of Man cometh. Right. That's the whole point. I could probably end off with that. That's the important thing of it too. So I believe you know what? I ended off with that, brothers. I made my point, man. Matter of fact, no, blessed is the man is found doing. That's also in 25. Let me see. Matthew 24:46. I'm gonna end off with this. I'll start at shoot. Oh, you know what? This is beautiful. Actually, I didn't even know this was in here. It's just a spirit. Wow. Shit. This is beautiful. There's a lot of meat on this. Let me go to start at 42. I end off with this. This is my woo bang. Matthew 24:42. It says, watch therefore, for you know not what the hour your Lord do cometh. Right? It says, but know this, that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken up. Absolutely. But that's cheating though. But also very true. Like if I knew, vainly speaking, if I knew a man was coming to go rob my house, people in the crib would clip up, and just wait and get ready for him because they know he coming. Get prepared. You see? But you should already be like that from the rip, even if he not coming or not, is the point. And it says, therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not, the Son of Man cometh. See, that's the point. You want to be found worthy when Yahawashi come back, man. And you want to be on your watch, man, because you don't know when he coming. Now, throughout the Yahawashi that we know the signs that look for, so to have a good idea. That's a beautiful thing. And we're in them signs. So it's the time frame to really be like, okay, all right. So we know the chip got to come first, but the chip is here. It's coming. It says, 45, who then is a faithful and wise servant, whom his Lord have made ruler over his household, to give them meat in due season? You know what I'm saying? That's the kingdom of heaven is going to come in. And it says, 46, the point. Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. Verily I say unto you that he shall make him ruler of all his goods. Call Lord Yahawashi. I brought this out as edifying to you, brothers, man. Lord willing. I was going to give all praise to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, qadash. Yahawah, he is to be, exists, Bahasham, the name, and the only begotten Son, the Lord and Savior, deliverer, Yahawashi, Bahasham, the name, and the Holy Spirit of the qadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders, learning the truth from GMS. Blessing to the Akim Madera, preaching his word, with whole true sincerity. Blessing to the 144,000 and 1/3 entirely, the first fruits, kingdom of heaven, the house of David, the Biyaf Dawadah. Shalom to you brothers out there speaking different tongues and looking different nations, brothers. Shalom, man.